Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Hospitality Room presented by Mascot Media. Bobby Swofford, Blair Cartwright, with you on a Friday. Things happen, things, get busy. So, how are you on this Friday, Mr. Swofford, as we get ready for the biggest weekend of college football ever?
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad I don't have any more tennis seating meetings to sit through.
Ah,
I did four of the five for the last couple of days, and let's just say there's a lot that go into making a state tournament bracket for individual and doubles tennis.
well, I can't. So, if anyone needs help seeding a tennis tournament, this is the
I'm your
man
man. Yeah.
right here.
Actually, I didn't even do that. I didn't even moderate it. I was there to literally like copy and paste names onto a bracket.
Oh, wow.
But at least that's done.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to our talking points. I don't even know if I got the right one in. Yeah, we do. Division series. Baseball. It's been good.
Yeah.
Have you watched any of it?
I've not, I've paid attention. I even watched a little bit of the game cast between the Dodgers and the Padres a couple nights ago. I think it's nice to see there's some competition. There's not the sweeps that we've kind of seen in past years. I know the Yankees pretty much took care of business against Kansas City, won at 3-1, but we're seeing some game fives. You got to know that Major League Baseball and their office is licking their chops at the potential. You're not there yet, but the potential of a Mets, Dodgers, New York, LA championship series in the NL. And obviously, they love the fact that the Yankees are there. So a lot of big names, a lot of big markets still in play. And the higher ups, the Rob Manfreds of the world, are loving that.
Yes, and the TV executives. Uh, you know,
Yes.
the other night I tuned in Padres, Dodgers. The Royals finally had gotten beat, and I'm like, man, this is gonna be
Hmm.
awesome. And by the time I switched over, it was like 6-0. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
so much for that.
Yeah.
But that's
You know,
baseball.
yeah. I mean, this is not like the woe is me Padres that you and I probably remember. Obviously, their payrolls near the top of baseball. But I think it'd be cool to see San Diego, reach a championship series or maybe even the World Series, just because they're not one of the usuals. I mean, we're used to seeing the Yankees and the Dodgers. I mean, the Mets probably not so much. I mean, when's the last time the Mets were in the World Series? Was it the Subway Series against
Uh,
Clemens? Have they been more recently?
it, no. Oh,
Yeah.
well,
So I
I think
mean,
the last one was the Buckner, wasn't it?
well, I mean, no, because it was Piazza got there with the one against the Yankees, I believe.
Oh, okay. I've forgotten all
Um,
about that one.
yeah, let's see if I can track them. Either way, but like, so the Mets
It's
aren't a
been a
team
while.
yeah, they're not there on a regular basis. So it's probably nice to see another big market team, if you want to call them that, at least get there.
Yes, yes, and hopefully,
2015, yeah, they were
okay,
there in 2015, and then 2000 would have been the Piazza team.
okay, yeah. So, yeah, yeah, it'd be good. I just, you heard so much about the Dodgers, Padres throwing balls at the opposing dugout, the fans going nuts, and then everybody turns over to watch it, and it's 6-0. And it's
Yeah,
like, okay,
yeah, it's a dud.
oh,
Yeah,
so yeah. So who knows? We're close to championship series time. So that will be good. I've totally lost my place here. Oh, there. Okay. Slobber Hog's back. Yay. You raised the money, Bobby. Way to go.
yeah.
The NIL is just rolling in. There's trucks and Brinks trucks. And
Yeah.
you don't believe that, do you?
No, not even a little bit, because they didn't make
No
a
one
big deal
does.
about it. Because like
No.
if they would have raised the money, your check would have come out and said, "Oh yeah, here all the money's here. Let's do the slobber hog." Yeah, like, and plus they couldn't have got it done that quickly. I mean, ordering the stencil probably takes at least a week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, is it very cool? Yes. Does it matter at all? Not even a little
No. 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 Not at all. I mean, and suddenly they have all the phone pay, wallpaper for your phone. And yeah,
bit. Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's like,
here's my question. Like, at what point does Arkansas and a lot of other college teams start to come in like the NBA and they have multiple courts?
ooh, yeah.
Because
Well,
the NBA is changing courts based on their uniform. So, like, when Arkansas rolls out the '94 jerseys like they had in the last few years, they roll out the Slobber Hog, or at least change the
yeah.
middle panel. The logo in the middle.
If you'll
You know,
pay
it,
for it, we'll do it. I mean,
yeah,
that's pretty
maybe.
much what it has become now. If you'll write us a
Yeah,
check, we'll do it. If you give us $20, we'll put your name on the jersey, and
yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's just It's kind of it's crazy, but yeah, at some point, well, you'd think if anybody was going to do it, Oregon would have done it by now.
Yes.
The way they go through football uniforms.
Yeah, but their basketball court is so god awful,
Oh, it's yeah,
and they've kept it for all these years too, which is crazy.
yes,
Yeah, maybe it's kind of surprising they don't go through basketball courts. Have the bright yellow, then the green and the black, and just change it from game to game. I think we're probably not far from it though.
no. Well, Kentucky is doing an LED
Yeah, I
court
saw that.
for Big Blue Man, so I almost
Commissioning.
think
Yeah.
that's going to be the future of it in some regards. But hey,
Hmm.
the non-conference schedule came out. Oh, that graphic
Yeah.
didn't work out well. Well, there it is. As we hide behind it, really
Yeah.
nothing major exciting. All the great games are on the road or neutral
Yeah,
sites.
yeah, neutral sites, and we knew that most of those games, and it got announced today that they're going to be doing an exhibition game in Fort Worth against
Mm.
TCU, and so they're going to have one at home, one on the road. I mean, I mean, it's not a bad non-con. I mean, you got Oakland coming in late in the year. That's
Yeah,
obviously big because you beat Cal and Kentucky in the tournament last year. I mean, but like the non-con is what it is. Like the SEC is good enough now. You don't have to necessarily step out and play a lot of big names, even though this is probably the most Power Five or Power Four opponents that Arkansas has played in the non-con
hmm,
what's in 15 years. I mean, it's been a while since Arkansas really loaded up because Mike Anderson liked to schedule nothing but cupcakes, thinking to make sure he secured a winning record. And then
yeah,
Musselman would play two or three big games, but then a lot of mid majors. So it's nice to see some big names on that non con schedule.
yeah. And you wonder too if a lot of those contracts were already in place before Cal got hired.
Yeah.
So there's really not much you can do as far as, and you don't want to buy out a whole bunch of games and
Hmm.
everyone's schedule's set anyway. So it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see going forward how that changes. So,
Hey,
yeah,
pull that
I
back
mean,
up. Is it easily pulled back up?
yes, here we go.
My guy. So December 14th, of course it is. Never mind. I was
Oh,
pumped about Arkansas coming down to Little Rock and playing UCA. I was like, well, I'm hoping that's on a day that is not during our football championships, and well, it is.
oh,
So
oh, here's a better look at it. I hit the wrong
yeah,
number. Yeah.
so
I mean,
we
UCA
have
makes
we have
sense for Little Rock.
absolutely, and actually, this UCA team is probably going to be one of the better ones, at least as far as the roster is concerned, in recent history. They got two really good freshmen in this class coming in. That they think they're going to be competitive, at least in their conference in the Atlantic Sun. But it's disappointing. I mean, so Arkansas, UCA, Little Rock is going to go head up right up against our 4A and 3A football championships, which I don't love, but
Boo.
what can you do?
Yeah. Yeah. What are you going to do? It's,
Yeah,
oh well. Cal, shame on you. Well, he'll learn. He'll learn. He's
yeah,
still new.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So we just covered the non conference schedule. A lot of talk about the field storm.
Hmm.
Um, what do you, I mean,
Yeah, I
was
mean,
it really
I
that
mean,
big a deal?
no, it's not. I mean, so here's the perspective. Like, what did you expect Arkansas fans to do as they beat the number four team in the country, the number one scoring offense in the SEC, the number one offense based on the analytics, and you hold them to 14 points? Did you expect your fans not to storm the field? I mean, that's a game. It's a time and place that you have to celebrate. Do I think they should have stormed the field? What do I think about field storming? Doesn't matter. It's like it happened. You knew it was going to happen. Not a big deal. You don't like to cut the check for $250,000, but guess what? That's something that Hernie check is weighing. It's like, okay, pay $250,000 to Tennessee because we stormed the field, or lose the game. Like
Yeah.
those were his two options. I think he's going to write that check every time.
Oh, yeah. And if it bounces, so what? You
Yeah,
still write
exactly.
the check. You write it if it's a hot check. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, and I know there's some who are like, oh, let me put on my thinking hat here. I'm embarrassed because we're running on the field. Been playing 119 years. 119 years. You know how many times
Hmm.
Arkansas has beaten a top five team in Fayetteville? Four.
Four.
Four. That's
And hadn't
once
happened
every
since when?
30 years. That is
98?
generational.
Yeah. Hadn't happened since
Storm the
the late
field.
'90s. Absolutely. And
Storm
if you're
it.
arguing, if you're getting on a radio show, maybe in the Little Rock area, and barking about how dumb it is to storm the field, maybe you shouldn't talk about sports so much.
Well, it's just here. And here's the thing: if they beat you know who,
They're gonna do it again.
get out of the way.
Uh-huh.
The old people are going to take their walkers down there. I
Yeah.
mean, come on. Everybody and their dog will even drive to Fayetteville to storm the field. And then you don't even want to go near Dixon Street,
Hmm.
which is one of the greatest memories I have after the 81 game because you saw
Yeah.
teachers, and you're like, hey,
So
there's Mr. So and so.
so you beat Tennessee. I get it. So if you happen to knock off LSU next week, you probably don't storm the field. Even though that if
No,
they beat Ole Miss this weekend, they're probably in the top 10. You don't storm the field, and Arkansas
no.
will be in the top 25 at that point. But you're exactly right. If Texas is number one and they roll into Fayetteville in November and Arkansas beats them, I don't care if you're ranked number two. You're going to storm the field.
Yeah, it's coming. And just
Hmm.
get out of the way.
Got the check.
Let
Got the
let
check
him
to give.
take the goalposts. We're gonna put him on
Yeah.
Dixon Street. That's how we're gonna roll. I mean,
Hmm.
come on. 119 years. How many conference championships? 14. Let's quit acting all high and mighty and let's be honest about the program.
Correct.
We haven't. Granted, Lou Holtz always said, "Act like you've been there before." Well, you know what? We
You
haven't been there
haven't.
before.
It's right.
Haven't won a
Never won the
conference champ.
SEC.
Last time we won a conference championship, 89. That was 35
Hmm.
years ago.
Yeah, a conference that doesn't even exist anymore.
But don't storm the field because you beat a number 5 team in the most incredible come from behind. Who the hell ever saw it coming victory? Yeah, don't
Hmm.
celebrate. Hey, we stormed the court when we beat Duke. Where do you think this song gun came from? Let us have some fun. You ask for money all the time. Let us have some fun. That's
You got
all
some
we ask.
props today. I like it.
I got some. Hey, I got the. We need to bring back the Uncle Heavy Hog hat because one, you can stab somebody, or you can give them a concussion. But it's hot. It's very hot,
Yeah.
so you don't want to wear it to a warm game. Not that I've done it before,
Yeah.
but it gets
So
pretty
here's. I'm
warm.
glad. I'm glad you pulled that. I don't think enough people have hog heads anymore.
No, they got that stupid soft one that Jeff Long brought in. Man, this thing,
Do
this
they,
thing
do they
will.
need?
You
Well, since you
got your
knocked the foam out of it. Yeah.
styrofoam. Yeah, I mean it's got
Do they
the.
need to bring? Maybe that's something that your chick needs to look into for NIL. Do they need to bring back the plastic hog heads?
Yes, yes. Do something to. I mean, yes, yes. Bring it
I know we
back.
we used to have one in the '05 News Sports office, and Dave when he'd get he put it on and wear it around the office every now and then. And I've got it somewhere in my man cave slash garage. It's one of the old ones, one of the originals as well.
Yeah, that's got the painted A. That's how you knew it was original. And it had
Yeah,
the little thing here, the Uncle Heavy Hog hat. And don't settle for anything less. It's
yeah,
trash. It's
that's a
trash. But
weapon.
man, it is warm. It is very warm.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they need to bring those back. I'm a big fan. I think they do.
yes, they're
So,
heavy. And I mean, again, you get no one's gonna mess with you. Knock them
yeah,
out, stab them. There you go.
we're not condoning you knocking someone out or
No,
stabbing
no,
anybody
no.
with a
And
hog
I
hat. By the
think
way.
inadvertently in the '70s, I accidentally poked Rick Schaefer at the end of this when I was a little kid at Barnhill. But and I'm sorry,
Uh,
Rick. I'm finally coming clean. So, all right.
that's what's
Um,
that's what's wrong with him.
yeah, yeah. It was me. It was me. I did it. All right. Let's get to our picks from college football. Oh, I guess before we do this, we should show our pick totals real quick.
Do we
You're at
have to?
48. I'm at 43. You had a rough week last week,
It's
but
not
that's
terrible. Yeah, the
that's
last week was
okay.
bad, and
Yeah.
last night was even worse for me. So there's that.
Well, we're not going to talk about that anymore. So,
Okay.
where'd my picks go?
Yeah, we
Hold
didn't
on.
record. For those of you who don't know, we didn't record yesterday on Thursday, but I did send
Yeah,
my pick in, and I got it wrong. I
we
picked
were
the
out of
Seahawks.
control. All right, here we go. The
Oh.
Yardbirds go to Tuscaloosa where they're angry. The
Mm-hmm.
margin is 21. I think we know who's going to win. The question is, do you give or take the points?
Yeah, how pissed off is Alabama is the question you're asking yourself right now. I mean, South Carolina only put up a field goal on Ole Miss, and that scares me a little bit. Like, is their offense any good at all? Which makes you question, like, how in the world did they go out and put 31 on Kentucky, who I thought their defense was pretty good?
Yeah.
Because of last week, and I'm going to go with the most recent thing. South Carolina played pretty poorly last week. I'm going to go Alabama at home to cover. I think they come off really pissed, and this is like 50-21 type territory.
Oh, I agree. I think this is a total beatdown. South Carolina, you know what, down their leg against Ole Miss, down their leg
Hmm.
against LSU, big ball game, and Alabama's mad. And if DeBoer wears a T-shirt, God help him, they will freaking kill him because that's suddenly an issue because you lost.
Yeah.
He wore a T-shirt. They're nuts.
Hmm.
Red River rivalry. Everyone's
Mm.
trying to talk it up. It's a 14 and a half point spread. Come on.
Yeah, but like so, Texas didn't look great against Mississippi State, and Quinn Ewers is coming back. He's going to start in this game, but he hadn't played in a month, so like there's going to be some rust there. Uh, I think Oklahoma's defense is good enough to keep it close. I don't think their offense is good enough to win the game though. So I'm going to take Texas to win, but Oklahoma to cover.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go with the team that wears a color I hate because the other team's defense couldn't stop Auburn, and we know how bad they are. This will be
Yeah.
ugly. I just hope it rains. I hope it rains, and I hope it rains heavily. Penn State at SC.
Yeah.
Uh, 5. Ugh,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
even
if that's
dropped since
enough.
then too.
Has
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
We make
it's
up our
dropped
own
all the way to
lines
three and
here.
a half. Yeah. Um, Well, so this is a game that I think like so USC has been competitive at least, but they kind of let it go down their leg against Michigan, and obviously last week losing to Minnesota is just like yeah, makes you wonder. That's a long road trip. Maybe it's a trap game. SC gets it at home. I'm going to go with the upset. I may even take USC to win this one outright.
Ooh. Give.
But also
Ooh.
I think Penn State's a fraud every year, and James Franklin always loses games he shouldn't.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take Penn State because they're.
Okay.
I think it's an early kickoff out west. I think that helps
Yeah,
Penn
twelve
State.
thirty. Yeah, twelve
Yeah.
thirty kick.
And I mean, Lincoln Riley's already snapping at reporters for asking his players a question. I mean, come on, who cares what he thinks?
Hmm.
Well, why is he at the podium, Lincoln? Hello. This one is a question of line. We saw it. They
Yeah.
covered against Texas. Can they
Hmm.
cover against Georgia?
This is one of those questions where you're asking how many points can Mississippi State score?
Ooh,
Because I mean this has 35
yeah,
nothing
it's
written
true.
all over it, and Georgia covers or
Yeah.
38-3. I don't think Mississippi State can score enough to cover. That's the thing. I think Georgia's going to be able to score how many they want to. I just don't think Mississippi is going to be able to score. So I'm going to take Georgia, even though the big number.
Okay. I'll take Mississippi State. I don't know why. I just think Georgia's offense isn't that good. I don't know if Georgia's offense can score enough
Yeah,
to cover.
that's also valid.
I think the defense is good enough, but we'll see. Ah, the game everyone should watch
Hmm.
because 15 and a half. If Chomp Chomp wins this, it greatly diminishes what happened last weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Oh,
Florida's playing a lot better of late. I mean, they manhandled UCF in the first half last week, but then kind of laid an egg in the second half and let them kind of crawl back into it. I think Tennessee bounces back. I just still don't think Tennessee or Florida is very good. I think Tennessee will bounce back, and they'll maybe actually count the number of players in the box and try to run the football. If teams go with a 5 down or a 3 down, two linebacker set.
okay. I think Tennessee will win, but I will take Florida to cover.
Okay.
And it's not going to be pretty on Rocky Top. Oh, did we jump one? I think we
Yeah,
jumped
if you
one.
pass one, Ole Miss LSU, I
Okay,
believe.
Ole Miss
Yeah.
LSU. It's 3.5. See if I can get that back.
I'm going to go LSU just to be a little dramatic and make that Arkansas LSU game a little bit more important.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take LSU as well because it's a big game. Lane Kiffin. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
going to happen. So
And Ole Miss had a bye. Ole Miss has had 2 weeks to prepare for that game.
yeah, so they'll come out flat and totally disappoint.
Hmm.
And Brian Kelly will break out another bad accent after the game. God help him if God help the table if they don't win. Oregon at hosts Ohio State. And
Hmm.
Oregon, the number 3 team in the country, hosting the number 2 teams traveling halfway across the country, is getting 3.5 at home.
Yeah, and I think the winner of this game is locks up a spot in the college football playoff, at least a top 12 spot. Obviously, not a bye. This is a big game. Obviously, this is two versus three. I just don't know about Oregon. I mean, they struggled with Idaho early in the year. That's to me, they haven't really won with style points. And Ohio State has played literally nobody. So like you look at these two teams, you're like, okay, how good are either one of you? And I don't really know. So because of that, because they're getting points at home, I'll go with Oregon.
Ooh. I will go with Ohio State because they still have not played anybody. Vanderbilt at Kentucky is
Yeah.
getting is giving 13 and a half to Vanderbilt, the team that just beat Alabama.
Talk about no respect. Clark Lee's
Oh
got to be walking around
man.
the campus literally with that spread on a poster board, putting in his players' faces. 13 and a half. You just beat Alabama, and they don't think you can even hang with Kentucky. Give me
Yeah.
the Commodores.
Yeah, I'm with you. You know Mark Stoops is not happy
Yeah.
about that line. The 10th ranked team in the country is Iowa State.
Mm.
Who I mean,
Wow.
wow. That's why this is in here. They're going to West Virginia. They're getting 3, and if they cover they burn a couch.
North Dakota, Iowa, Arkansas State, Houston, and Baylor. That's who Iowa State has beaten, and they're ranked number 10 in the country.
That's
Get
a
out of here.
murderer's
Give me
row,
West Virginia.
Bobby.
Give me
Murderer's
West
row.
Virginia.
Oh, he's going to burn a couch. I'll take the fighting Matt Campbell's. He's slowly working his way back into the glorified air. The glorified air is going to be there for
Mm.
whoever wins this. The loser probably done in the Big 12. Prime biggest home game probably of his career minus
Yeah.
Colorado State. The Wildcats come in. The Buffs are getting 4.
Yeah, this is a big game for both. I mean, if Colorado wins this, we got to start putting a little more credence to what Colorado and Prime is doing. I think Kansas State's a better team. I'm going to go Kansas State, especially after what they did against Oklahoma State. But if Prime could find a way to get it done, I guess we got to start putting a little respect on his name.
So you're going K State?
Going K State.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go K State as well. I mean, if it comes down to coaching, Kleiman versus Dion,
Hmm.
I'm thinking Kleiman is going to be the way to go. All right. So now let us go to our NFL picks. Overseas, Jaguars, Bears. The Bears are getting to or giving to.
Yeah, Jacksonville finally got off the schneid last week. They've got experience playing overseas. Bears are still really inconsistent. So I'll go Jacksonville.
And if tradition follows, the losing head coach will be fired after they get back from London. So Eberflus and Peterson coaching. Man,
Yeah, I can see Peterson getting fired if they lose this game, though.
oh yeah. Everybody thought he was
Yeah.
going to get canned after last week. I'll take the Bears. I don't know why. It's redundant. This should be a great
Oh,
game. Commanders, Ravens. That's a big line though, 6.5.
that's exactly why I'm going to go this way. I think that is a really big line. The Commanders just don't punt. I mean, Daniels moves the ball and puts them in scoring position every possession. That's why I don't think that's a touchdown game. I think it's 3 to 4 points. So I'll go Washington to cover that.
Yeah, I'm with. I agree. I'll go Washington to cover. No one's going to play defense in this game. Come on, 6.5. That's a crazy spread. Oh, we've already done that game. Now we'll do this game. Cardinals, Packers. Packers -5.
Yeah, I think we got to start putting a little more respect in the Cardinals too. I mean, they're just not an easy out. I think I said that earlier in the season this year. I mean, they're going to just jump up and snipe people. I know they're 2-3, but I don't like the 5 points, so I'll go Arizona.
Okay. I'll take the Packers. Lambeau, Jordan
Mm,
Love, Kyler Murray will throw 3 picks because that's what Kyler Murray does.
eh,
So, just a hunch. Ooh, Drake May, hello. You're going to be the starter against the Texans. Now,
yeah,
Nico Collins is out. Texans aren't offense in full bore, but their defense is 7 seems low. I'm sorry.
it does. But Nico Collins being out does greatly affect what Houston does. I mean, he is a deep play threat every time. Patriots know how to play against Stephon Diggs, so he doesn't worry them. I sent it to a couple people, and I'm gonna say it here, Blair. Drake May's debut. Patriots were in the throwback reds with Pat the Patriot on the helmet. Give me New England.
Okay.
They're going to score more than a touchdown. How about that? They're going to score more than a touchdown for the first time all season.
I can buy that. I know everyone said why would you trot him out here? Which
Because they're
yeah,
awful. They're god awful.
we'll see. That's it. Brissett. I mean, you really think they want to throw him out there now? They feel like they have
No.
to put him out there.
Yes. They're losing their.
And
They're not losing the fan base, but the fans are losing faith in Gerard Mayo the longer this goes.
yes, and I mean, there's a reason they feel they need to do it now. They're seeing
Mhm.
something that makes them think they'll be better. So with that in
Yes.
mind, I'm with you. I will take the Patriots in
The only
this
knock
one.
is Ramondre Stevenson probably not going to play this week.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Don't tell him that he's not playing either.
Yeah.
Division game: Buccaneers at Saints. Saints
Yeah.
getting 3.5 at home.
Tampa had a chance to take just stranglehold of this division, and they just haven't done it yet. This is a really, really big game. I know they're getting 3 points, on the
Spencer
road, but
Rattler's your starting quarterback for New
that's right.
Orleans.
That's where I'm going with this Tampa because of the quarterback
Yeah.
situation in New Orleans.
Yes. The quarterback who started at OU against the quarterback who
Yeah,
ended at OU. Yes.
that's
Yeah, I'm
right.
with you. Give me Baker Mayfield. Browns Eagles, the game that you probably would rather poke your eyes out than have to watch. The Eagles are
Eagles. Yeah.
giving 9. Yes. Philly,
Moving
Philly.
on.
Yeah. And probably the last start of Deshaun Watson's career. Colts at
Maybe true.
Titans.
Joe Flacco
Is
is
he
the
playing?
highest
Do we
rated
know?
passing quarterback in the league, and Anthony Richardson is dead last. So as long as Joe Flacco is playing, give me Indy. If Joe Flacco is not playing, give me Tennessee. I
Yes, we'll
can't
do
give me
that,
either.
and I agree. If Flacco's
Yeah.
playing, they'll win. If not, yeah, it's Will Levis is better than Richardson.
Hmm.
Chargers Broncos AFC West hate fest.
Yeah. Bo Nix has better played well enough that he's not incompetent. He's probably better than a handful of quarterbacks, including Jacoby Brissett at this point. But I'll take the Chargers.
Ooh, give me Denver since it's in Denver. I don't know why. Steelers at Raiders 3. That may be the over under. I
36 and a half is your over under. You get just so much uncertainty at quarterback going on with Vegas. Russell Wilson's going to be active this weekend for Pittsburgh, but he is going to be the backup. I'll go. I think I'll go with the Raiders. I'm still not sold on
ooh,
Fields in the offense for Pittsburgh.
I'll take the Steelers. I'll take I'll take the Steelers. Falcons Panthers. It's only 6. Really?
Yeah, which I mean, the way that Andy Dalton and that offense has been playing surprises me. It's actually that high. I will go Atlanta. I don't like giving up almost a full touchdown, but I think this is sneaky close.
I'll take Atlanta as well. Lions at Cowboys. Cowboys get 3.
I don't think Detroit, or excuse me, I don't think Dallas can keep up with Detroit offensively. I think the Lions' offense is going to be way too much for the Cowboys to keep up.
Rawr. Roar. Bengals at Giants. The Giants are getting 3.5.
How is this
Mm.
the Sunday night game? How did we not flex out of this already? Give me the Bengals.
Drugs. Drugs.
Yeah,
You'll take the Bengals? Oh, I'll take the
yeah,
G-Man. Oh, and then the exciting Monday night debacle. The fighting Aaron Rodgers
yeah.
hosts the Bills in
Buffalo,
a must
Buffalo by
win.
2 touchdowns. They
Ooh,
demoted Nathaniel Hackett after they fire Robert Sala.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
dumpster fire with the Jets. Give me
yeah,
Buffalo.
yeah. Sala was going to fire him, but they fire him instead, and then the
Yeah,
interim comes in and fires him.
yeah.
Unbelievable. All right, well, those are the picks. Final word, Mr. Swafford.
I need more candy corn in my life. I can't find it.